Hey, you low-life loser. I heard you've gotten married, LOL. I'm so surprised that there's actually someone on this planet that's willing to marry a woman like you, LOL. Don't tell me that this is going to be some kind of fraudulent marriage, right? Eleanor, it's been a long time. What's with you coming out of nowhere to say these things to me? I'm sure you've heard from someone that I've gotten married, but I'm not sure who'd tell you that. Is there really a reason for you to be making fun of me already? I have every right to be making fun of a worthless person like you. Did you forget about the days we spent together back in high school? You were so poor that you couldn't even come with the rest of us on our senior graduation trip, LOL. And it's because of the way you always messed with me and picked on me in high school that I've had to live with such awful memories of those times. But we're both now in our 30s, right? Is there really a need for you to still be picking on me at our age? When I'd heard that you'd gotten married, I thought it'd be a good idea to give you a text. Well, thank you for going out of your way to contact me. Now, I have to get going. Who the hell did you end up marrying? I don't think that has anything to do with you. It doesn't, Jane, but I want to know. Do you mind answering me? If you're choosing not to tell me, then I'll just assume that all this talk about you getting married is fraudulent. I married a fisherman. Huh? The reason I don't want to tell you more is because this is his information to tell, not mine. So I really don't see myself telling you any more than that. A fisherman? What the? LOL. You both really are made for each other, LOL. Neither of you will have any money. Huh? What makes you have that idea of him? Well, I went to a really high-end university, LOL. I have every right to say that marrying a fisherman like him is the most uncool thing imaginable, LOL. Well, I'm sorry about that. I turned out to be the wife of a banker. Well, I'm glad that you were able to find a man with such a job to take care of you. But when you say a banker, what bank is he in charge of? He might own one of the banks that my husband works with. Are you kidding me? LOL. What makes you think a fisherman would ever work with a bank that my husband runs? Well, when we've talked about his work, he says he has accounts with all kinds of banks in the area. I think managing 30 or so. So I'm sure that my husband would know your husband's bank. It's not that big of a city anyways, and so there's a definite chance that he's at least heard of your husband's bank. Your husband's a fisherman, right? I can already tell that you're just full of crap now that you've lost at the game of life, LOL. You married a man that only has $30 in his accounts, LOL. Huh? I never said $30, did I? A banker's wife and a fisherman's wife. Which do you think is better? By now you should realize that you could only speak to me when I ask a question from you. What do you mean better? I don't think you should be thinking of us like that. Well, I've always known that ever since I first met you, you'd be garbage. But it seems as an adult, you've only managed to become a bigger piece of garbage, LOL. All right, say whatever you'd like. But if you plan to keep talking about me like that, can you just stop talking to me? This weekend there's going to be a class reunion. Do you plan on coming? You probably can't come, LOL. You won't be able to pay the entrance fee, will you, LOL? I'm planning on going, though. Really? LOL. Even though you've married a moneyless fisherman, do you really think you'll be able to get in? I think you're better off trying to save any money you can since you don't have much, LOL. You're worrying about me way too much, but thank you anyway. I plan on going to that reunion, but while we're there, you don't have to force yourself to come talk to me. Now, I really have to get going. I don't think I should go to this weekend's reunion.
Huh? Why not?
Well, I just got some really disturbing messages from a really disturbed classmate of mine. And now I don't really want to see her face again.
A disturbing message from a disturbing classmate? You seem to really hate whoever this is.
Well, yeah, I actually do. Ever since high school, I've hated being around her. And since then, I've enjoyed not really having to think about her. And no, she thinks she's some big shot because she's married to a banker. And now she thinks it's okay to look down on me because I have no money and am married to you.
It's rare that I see you talk about someone in this way.
I think so as well. But when it comes to people I hate, I have to say she's the only one that comes to mind. I'm sorry for coming at you about her out of nowhere. You don't have anything to do with any of this, so just forget about what I said.
Well, now that you mention it, one of the bankers that I work with's wife happened to go to the same high school as you, I think.
Really?
Well, a while back we had talked about it, and I'd assumed I'd find out this weekend if his wife really did go to school with you. But now that you brought this up, I think it's true. Back when he and I talked, we didn't go into much detail though.
I see. Do you mind telling me the name of that banker later on? I have some things I'd like to talk with him about. If you can't even pay to get in, you should go home, LOL. Don't think you can just get away with doing something like this. With doing what, LOL? I had to do this to someone as low as you. And when you just waltz into this reunion without a care in the world, I had no choice. Have your eyes been opened after being kicked in the butt? Do you think you can get away with anything because you're a banker's wife? You tried to get everyone to laugh with you and understand you after kicking me in the back and having me fall down those stairs. Do you really think that normal people act like that? You couldn't even pay to be here today, so you should just leave, LOL. This isn't the kind of place where a poor person can just stand around. Everyone started to leave when they saw you come in. No, I don't think I was the reason for everyone starting to walk out. I'm sure they didn't want to stick around any longer with someone that kicks another person down and begins to laugh about it. Can you leave now, you lowlife? You're thinking that I'm some poor woman is going to cause you a lot of regret here soon. Why's that, LOL? Aren't you just going to run home crying to that stinky fisherman? That's right. That's exactly what I plan to do. Look at me. I have a husband who runs a bank, LOL. There's nothing that moneyless husband of yours is going to be able to do to me. Are you still unaware that my husband and I are part of this city's elite? Are you saying that it's okay for this city's elite to kick other people that they don't like down the stairs? Well, that is what I'm saying, LOL. And since you still haven't even paid to be here, I want you gone. It's not like you would even be able to pay for the entrance fee now, right? You're married to a fisherman with only $30 to his name, LOL. Honestly, you don't even have the money to be complaining to me about being kicked, LOL. All that money he has there, he'll have it moved somewhere else. $30? Do whatever you guys would like with that chump change, LOL. And that's what we'll do. I'm going to head home now. And there, I'll talk with my husband about our next steps. I'm just letting you know that all the money we have saved there is going to be pulled out. Go right ahead, LOL. That'll have nothing to do with me, LOL. It's hilarious that you even think that doing something like that would be a threat to me, LOL. Hilarious? I think it'll only end up being hilarious for myself. I'll be laughing all day and night over what'll happen next with your selfish butt. Huh? You guys only have $30 for crying out loud, LOL. When did I ever say that my husband only has $30? He has over $300 million, and a lot of it is in your husband's bank. Huh? My husband is the kind of fisherman that owns a fleet of large fishing ships. What do you mean? I think you have the idea that fishermen are all poor by default, right? Well, I'm sure to someone without a bit of intelligence like you would think so. But in reality, there are fishermen that have very large amounts of money when it comes to their profession. And when it comes to my husband's company, it is very well known by all sorts of other fishing companies as a powerhouse. So that should help you understand him a little better now, right? Huh? So he's really bringing in millions of dollars for you guys? There's just no way. Is there actually a fisherman with that kind of money? I didn't even think that fisherman made enough money to save up. He should be moneyless, right? Well, I'm explaining to you right now that you're wrong. Fishermen can bring in huge amounts of money depending on what they do, and some can make millions if they begin to run their own company. It's strange that you never knew about this considering your husband's bank works with a lot of different fisheries. Don't tell me you never actually knew any of that. Huh? There are that many that have money with him? And my husband happens to be the one putting most of the money into your husband's bank. What? Huh? What do you mean, Jane? When someone ends up having that amount of money sitting in the bank's accounts, it's probably kept a secret, huh? I'm sure you could have never expected something like this, but my husband really is a huge customer of your husband. What? How can that be? I told you that this is a small city. Well, my husband now knows about what's happened here, and he's very much pissed. He's even started to think of having you taken to court over this. Huh? Take me to court? What are you talking about? You do remember kicking me in the butt and having me fall down a flight of stairs, right? But that doesn't mean you can just take me to court. That'll cost a lot of money, so you need to stop saying things like that. Well, I'm sorry, but I have money. You're just upset that you were wrong about me being poor. But in the past, you really were poor. That was the past, and we're not in the past anymore. When my husband has to pull all of that money out of your husband's bank, I'm sure he'd like to know the reason why, and we'll make sure he knows about everything. And when that happens, I wonder what could happen with your husband. He might lose the rights to his bank. Hold on, Jane. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that because of me, my husband is going to lose everything he's worked so hard for? That's exactly what I'm saying. He'll learn that because of his mistake in marrying a disgusting woman, her horrible choices will ruin his career. What the hell? You don't have to do this. If something like that happens to him, we'll be in huge trouble. Can you stop talking about that stuff now? I don't like the way you're threatening me. I'm not threatening you with anything. I'm just telling you what'll happen soon. And it seems that the woman that once made fun of fishermen is going to learn firsthand what they can do. Are you going to be a good girl and take the blame for this? Because you should know dang well by now that your bias against my husband was very wrong. I still can't believe this. I thought that all fishermen were poor. But now I'm hearing that your husband has been a customer of my husband. Can something like that really happen? Well, it's been happening, LOL. I'm sure this is too much for you to handle after all the terrible things you said about my husband and I. But I'm sure you understand the reality of your situation now, right? Goodbye now, you selfish jerk. LOL. I'd like for you to experience some pain now. Please answer your phone. I'm in a serious pinch now. I want you to do something about this. Please help me. Help you? Why would I do something like that? Because it looks like I'm going to have to get a divorce soon, and this was all your fault to begin with. Are you okay with me having to pay for your mistake? What are you going on about, LOL? There's no way any of this is my fault. You have to take responsibility for all you did and understand that getting a divorce is the only option your husband has. You're wrong! Because you told your husband about all of this, my husband ended up finding out as well. He then told me that I've caused some major issues for him at the bank and that he needs to get rid of me. Oh, is that so? Well, this is what you asked for, right? There's no way in hell I asked for this? What did I ever do to deserve this? You looked at me now the same way you looked at me back in high school. And because of that, you went out of your way to kick me down a flight of stairs at the high school reunion. That's all you happened to do, LOL. You can't talk to me like that. I am leagues above you now that I've been married to my husband, and I don't want to lose all of this now because of some loser. But what you ended up doing to me is no small matter, right? I'm pretty shocked that after all of this, you still haven't even given me a simple sorry. Sorry? You want me to say sorry to you? I have no reason to ever do that now. An elite like me saying sorry to a poor loser like you is ridiculous. I see. Then you can go ahead and continue with the path you've chosen for yourself. It's all a delusion of yours anyway, but who am I to care? A delusion? What do you mean? You said that I can't do anything to you because you're married to a banker. But what happens when you're no longer with him? You'd better hurry up and find yourself another banker so that you can stay safe. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Right now, I'm actually crying really hard while trying to text you. So you should be willing to forgive me now, right? Is that what you think's going to happen now? Listen to me, Jane, please. Seems more like you're ordering me to forgive you. I guess even something as serious as what happened yesterday won't change the disgrace of a woman that you really are. Well, luckily, I'm still very much upset with you over what you did to me in high school, so I'm going to enjoy watching what happens to you next. LOL. Huh? What? You picked on me for years, all the way until we graduated from high school, so there's nothing better than watching you get what you deserve. Well, I'm sure things from here on out are going to be pretty rough for you, but do your best. Wait, if this continues, I'm going to lose my husband and all my money. I can't let people think that I'm poor. Then maybe it's time you go somewhere where nobody will ever see you again. Goodbye forever, you moneyless dog. LOL. And during the next class reunion, I don't think you'll be able to pay the entrance fee. So don't bother coming, okay? LOL. After that, Eleanor's husband was no longer happy with what she had done as his wife, and so they got divorced. With the divorce, Jane and Joe were now willing to leave a little money in the bank, but still moved half of it as a lesson to anyone who doubted them. This still led to Eleanor's now ex-husband having lots of troubles within his bank. And so, to compensate for his losses, he took Eleanor to court where she was sued for ruining his bank's image. Not only did she end up losing her husband and the money he had for her, but now she faces losing everything else she has to her ex. Eleanor will most definitely have a rough life ahead of her and might as well give up at this point. But this is what she deserves for treating another person horribly, and she should learn from it as best she can. Our condolences to Eleanor.
About the guy you're planning on marrying, Haven. I really like to think he's a 1 in a million type of guy. Like the kind of guy with the perfect looks, perfect body, and perfect style. And for me, that means he's the perfect man and should belong to me.
Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Thank you so much for bringing a man like him to my attention. I'm finally starting to believe that a thing like destiny is actually true. And that my destiny just so happens to be him.
What are you talking about, Gracie? I never brought him to your attention, okay? I just brought him over to meet everyone in the family before we plan to get married.
And from that point on, I really started to like him a lot. Haven, do you mind giving him to me?
Please don't say such stupid stuff. He's my fiancé. Did you forget that? I've no reason to be handing him over to anyone. I get that you always want whatever I have for some reason or another, but you have to understand by now that I will not give you someone that I love.
But him and I have already traded phone numbers with one another.
What?
And, for some reason, I'm starting to think that he might actually be into me already as well. Well, of course, he would fall for me. I happen to be the most loved person when it comes to everyone. So, I knew I'd get his love as well.
Wait a second. You stop saying all that crap right now, Gracie. If you even lay a finger on my fiancé, I will not forgive you ever again, and you'll be on my hit list for sure. Understand that?
Did you know that your sister is finally gonna get married?
I know that. You didn't have to come to me of all people and say that. Now, why are you even talking to me in the first place?
Now what makes you think that you can talk to your mother in that tone? You knew from the start that your fiancé would choose someone like Gracie over you, right? It's only natural that she gets whatever she likes. And as for you, with not a hint of cuteness to your name, it's only fair that he threw you aside for her.
Is that really something you should be saying to your own daughter?
Well, if you had just figured out how to make yourself look attractive, then maybe you would still be with him getting ready for marriage, right? But there's no point in you trying to be somebody worthwhile now. And you will never be able to change the fact that your fiancé threw you away for someone like Gracie.
I'm so tired of all of you. All of you are freaking toxic. It's crazy to think that it's not just my sister that's messed up, but my parents as well, because they always let my sister have whatever she wants. I hate you all.
That is not how you should be speaking of your family, especially in front of your mother. God, you really are such a mindless idiot. There was no reason for your father and I to love you more than her when you act and think like that.
I understand that you and Dad don't give a crap about me, but the fact that my own little sister stole my fiancé from me and is now being backed up by my parents is just dumb. How dare you think it's okay to kick a dead horse like you have been? Just leave me alone already. I'm going to cut ties to all of you to make sure I never have to be hurt by all of you again.
You're cutting ties to us? There's no way you could get away with something like that. You are nothing more than a stupid baby that needs us.
I don't believe that I am a stupid baby.
Haven't you realized yet that you're the older sister? And that it's your job as the older sister to give everything you have to your little sister? Or are you still blind to the reality of things?
I realized that a long time ago, and I've also learned because of that I don't need a mother or sister anymore.
And I've always been trying to say to everyone that I only ever needed one daughter. I am so glad your father and I did such a good job raising Gracie. Oh.
I'm done here. Go ahead and say whatever else you'd like. I'm cutting ties with all of you right now. Goodbye forever, dickheads.
Why are you not answering my calls? You should be more than able to answer a call from your own mother.
And who is it that's been calling me?
I am not in the mood to deal with your stale jokes.
Well, I have no idea who you are, so can you please inform me before we start this little conversation?
I am your mom.
Oh. Why are you trying to get a hold of me when we've been doing so well staying out of one another's business for the past 2 years? You have a daughter that you and your husband both love way more than me, so go on and bug her about it. I'm not in the mood to be belittled by you anymore. Now leave me alone. Goodbye.
You really have not changed at all, have you? Freaking mouthy little witch that shouldn't even pass for a woman. That's why it sucks for me to have to sit here and ask you this.
What do you want to ask me?
Right now, Gracie is in a lot of trouble. She is seriously ill and will need a lot more help before she can get better.
What are you even talking about? Do you actually think I care that she's sick? Because I don't.
I can't believe you're not even worried about your little sister right now. I guess I should have known this is how things would go. Are you really going to sit there and say that you're not worried about your dying sister?
Just hurry up and get on with what you have to ask me. If you keep it up with all the emotional BS, then my energy will all go to waste before the day's event's over.
She's going to need a donor, an organ donor, because of her illness. From what we're being told, if you give her one of your kidneys, she'll have a very good chance of fully recovering. So, now that you're aware of that, can you please call the hospital and set up the date you'll give her one of yours? We have to get all of that handled soon because it might be a few weeks before the surgeon can take you.
What the hell are you going on about?
Have you not been listening to me? We are going to need one of your kidneys, so we have to hurry up and pick a date to prepare for the surgery. They said that if you're quick enough, they can get you in tomorrow morning for that surgery even.
What? What the hell is going on here? Are you actually mentally retarded or something?
I want to know what kind of nerve you have calling your mother that. The only one here, that is you.
So you're trying to tell me that you want to use one of my kidneys? And you want to use it for Gracie, who is deathly sick?
Absolutely. You are her older sister, so give her your dang kidney already.
I've been living the past 2 years of my life in peace after cutting ties to all of you. And here I am, once a peaceful day like today, having to listen to you about people I really don't care about. And about how you have the stupid request for me.
What is with you calling all of us stupid? I am just telling you how things have been and how they're going to be, right? It's only right for you to become her donor because you're her older sister. You can forget about how she stole your fiancé from you already and give her that dang kidney she needs.
I don't have any little sisters anymore, though.
What?
I haven't had any parents or little sisters for the past 2 years, so have you lost your mind or something? You're not even old enough yet to be going senile or anything, so it's really a shame you see you in that state. Thank God you're not my family anymore, because I would hate to have to take care of you when you do get old enough to be legitimately crazy.
What are you saying? Tell me what any of that means.
What the hell do you mean, give us your kidney? Who do you even think you are to me anymore to say something like that? You should be asking me in a much more polite tone, at the very least, if you're going to ask that from a stranger like me.
I don't give a crap about being polite when it comes to you. You're going to be giving Gracie one of your kidneys, right?
Well, no matter how you go about asking me, I'm not planning on giving her one.
What?
Why do you think I should give one of my organs to a complete stranger? Of course I'd be saying no to that. I don't know how many more times I'll have to say this, but put your head on straight and think for once, you crazy old loony.
Who the hell is anything I'm saying even entering your ears? She is on her deathbed right now. Gracie is on her deathbed. She has an illness that is literally going to kill her, and you're not going to do a thing? Do you really still call yourself an older sister by doing that? If you're really her older sister, then you'll give her one of your kidneys.
Oh, jeez, this is just dumb now. You and Dad were the ones that always cared about her over me, so would you please leave me alone now and figure something else out yourselves? I don't think you understand just how little I like the three of you buffoons. You're not even my mother to me anymore. Gracie isn't my little sister, and Dad isn't my father.
Excuse me?
Ever since you let Gracie just get away with taking my fiancé from me, I stopped thinking of her as my sister and as you as my parents. That was literally the last straw for me, and you guys pulled that sucker from me like it was free or something. So now that you understand my feelings, can you quit it? Just be quiet and go find yourself a donor like everyone else, by being put on a donor list. It's really stupid for you to even ask me things like that in the first place.
What kind of attitude is that? Have you forgotten that your father and I were the ones that raised you?
Oh, I forgot about that a long time ago, actually. Honestly, I was wondering if you guys ever did anything in the first place to show that you were raising me. That's how little I care. I guess I can thank you for giving birth to me, but that would be one hell of a stretch right there. Because ever since you gave birth to Gracie, my life has been like living in a labor camp. You and Dad always thought about Gracie all the time and put me on the back burner. No, wait. You just dumped me in the trash like you didn't even need me anymore.
We had no choice in that matter. You were the older sister and Gracie is your little sister, so...
So what? As a mother, you should be more than capable of caring for 2 kids. But instead you only focused on Gracie, and my whole life I felt like I was never even a part of the family. Whenever Gracie wanted something of mine, you would let her have it. I thought I was finally in the clear after leaving your guys' house, but that feeling of safety only lasted so long. Because not far down the road, Gracie was back stealing my fiancé from me, and you were just letting it happen. Well, I've gone and cut ties to all of you now, so stop trying to act like I think you guys are anything more than strangers. Stop asking me such stupid requests. You're all just selfish pricks.
The fact that you would say all that to me is awful. So you're telling me that I'm really not like a mother to you anymore? Throwing away your family like that is the worst sin one can commit.
I really thought I made it obvious to you this whole time that I don't care for any of you anymore. Who was it again that my whole life acted as though I didn't need to be cared for and could fall second to my sister's wishes all the time, while also picking on me any chance they got? I don't really think it was me that threw you guys away, but you guys that threw me away. And that happened long before today. I don't even remember the last time I thought of you guys as family, to be honest.
So because of that, you're not going to help your little sister.
Ugh. Like I've been saying, she's not my little sister to me anymore. You're being a witch about all of this now. I have her blocked ever since she took my fiancé away from me, so don't think she has any chance of talking me into giving her any help.
She has always been telling me about how she can't get a hold of you. The reason for that was because you've had her blocked. Blocking your own little sister's phone number like that.
Jesus freaking Christ. She is not my little sister anymore. I have a new world now that I live in with new people, and you guys are not a part of it. So leave me the frick alone.
What do you mean? Huh?
I got married last year.
What? You got married?
And from what I've heard, Gracie ended up leaving the man she stole from me not too long after I left, right? I guess I was lucky to never marry that guy after all, especially since he was cheating on me with her right before our marriage. Freaking dick. But I'm happy I never had to deal with him again after he left me for her.
It's because of that man that Gracie has had to go through a lot of heartache. And if you want me to take the blame back even further, you were the one that introduced him to Gracie.
Huh? So that's my fault now. You're brain dead. I just brought him over the house one time to see everyone before we got married is all. If anything, it should be your guys' fault for letting her take that man away from me right before we got married. So why bother blaming me for something like that now?
Gracie has nobody else to rely on right now besides her family. So you should be just as much to blame for what happened to her as the rest of us. So can you please do something to make up for your wrongs? You happen to have 2 kidneys, so it shouldn't be a problem to hand one over to her, right?
I told you that I'm married now, right?
That has nothing to do with this.
It does, though. I'm pregnant right now.
What?
So there's no way I'd be able to give her one of my kidneys right now, even if I wanted to. But even if I wasn't pregnant, she wouldn't be getting anything from me anyways.
Are you serious? Are you really going to throw your family away like that?
You guys have never been my family, Lo. So how would I go about throwing away something I never had to begin with? The only family I have now is my husband's family and nobody else. Luckily for me, his whole family is made up of really kind-hearted people who have been supportive of me in every way. I've been able to tell them everything about what's happened between myself and you guys, and they listened and understood me. They've all treated me like I've always been a part of their family, and I'll never leave them.
Who cares that they care about you? They are all just strangers. You are my real daughter, all right? And Gracie is your real sister. Do you not want to stay with us?
I once did want to stay with you all, but that was before Gracie opened her mouth. Ever since that day, you guys have all been more distant to me than strangers. You're all like aliens. Like I will never be able to meet any of you in my lifetime.
No way. You're making it seem like you really won't help your sister.
By the way, there's something I'm wondering about. Why haven't you given her one of your kidneys yet?
What?
If a doctor said I was able to match with her, then that should mean anyone in the family can, right? So why am I the only person you're asking? Why do I have to go through all of this for people that I don't care for?
Well, you were the youngest of us all. I'm almost in my 60s now, right? If she were to get one of my kidneys.
Look at that. You don't give a crap about helping her and would rather force me to do it. You're such a sly little cunt. Just go help her yourself already if you care so much about her. Stop asking me like I would ever do something like that for any of you.
But you both are sisters, so you should want to help her more than me. Why are you not more open to that?
Ugh, go away already. It's gone on for too long now, and I need to put my phone down.
Wait!
This is the last time? What final things do you have to say to me?
When will my grandchild be born? Your child is my grandchild, right? You're going to let me see them, right? Hey, I really want to see my first grandchild. I want to hug and kiss them like I have myself a baby again. So you'll be able to let me see them when they're born, right? Also, once you've had the baby, you'll be more than willing to give Gracie a kidney, right? Right?
Wow. I knew it. I was just going to block you, but I wanted to see where all of this was going. But no, it's confirmed now. I've confirmed that I need to block all of you and never ever let you into my life again.
What? No, wait. I really do want to see my grandchild.
No worries. I've already prepared myself to tell them when they come of age that I never had any parents, and that their only grandparents are my in-laws. They'll never know a thing about you guys. They'll never want to meet you guys, and most of all, you will never get to know a thing about them. Now good luck looking for a donor that'll work with Gracie. I'm blocking you now, you screwed up witch. Naturally, since all of them were like complete strangers to me, I never ended up donating a kidney to them. But soon after that day, word got out about how my husband happens to have some money, and due to that, those freaks started to try with all they had to find us. They went all over town shouting my name, trying to find me, and even started to put up posters saying that I was kidnapped and that if anyone saw me to have my whereabouts reported to them. But the thing is, my husband and I didn't even live in that state anymore, so I'm not sure like they were going to have any luck finding me like that. And having already blocked all of them on every form of social media as well, of course, they were never able to find where we were living. As of right now, Gracie is still in the hospital hooked up to a dialysis machine and has not found herself a donor yet. I really hope that right now she's regretting her whole life and wishes that she had just been a bit nicer to her older sister. And I'm sure that really soon here things will begin to go sour between her and Mom. As for myself, I was able to give birth to a happy and healthy baby boy. Right now, I'm really looking forward to becoming a great mother. And if I'm ever to have another baby, I'll make sure that they are loved just as much as my first son will be.
Hey, Leah, I don't know where you are, but Zoe is coming over in like an hour.
Really? That's a surprise because she only visits on holidays. Did something happen?
Nope, she is actually going to be living with us from today.
What? Wait, doesn't she live with her husband?
She got divorced and has nowhere to go.
This is too sudden. But you are really nice to let her live at our house. This is until she finds a new place, right?
Of course not, she'll be living with us permanently. I invited my parents over to live with us as well because it'll be easier for them and we can help each other when something happens.
Your parents visit us every weekend. Do they need to live with us?
Yeah, because they live about 2 hours away and Zoe needs them, especially now.
It's a good thing you love your family, but why didn't you ask me beforehand? There are things you need to think about.
I thought that you were okay with it, plus what things?
Like space? There isn't enough space for all of us, plus I work from home and I don't want people making noises while I have meetings because I won't be able to focus. Also, money? We can't financially support everyone.
Yeah, and why don't you just find somewhere else to go, like the library or your friend's house for your job? About the money, how about just finding another job? Don't you know that my little sister is heartbroken now and needs our support?
I can't go somewhere else because my company has strict security to prevent info leakage. Are you serious about the job? I work full-time, unlike you, who only works 2 times per week. So why don't you find another job?
Yeah, I work 2 times per week, but longer hours than you, so that's enough for me.
There are people who work full-time like me who work 8 hours 5 times per week.
Don't you just sit there and do stuff on the computer, though? I use physical strength, so I gotta take a rest a few days.
Yeah, but I get tired mentally, but I just shake it off and work. Working's not easy, you know? You're just slacking off and think it's okay because you can rely on me whenever you're in trouble.
Hey, I'm not slacking off. I work hard, but I sometimes need help. Why don't you experience my job once, then you'll know.
You have to be responsible for your own life sometimes, you know? If you say that, why don't you experience mine also?
It's just copying and pasting and typing, so it should be easy peasy.
We're not going anywhere with this, so let's put this conversation aside and focus on your family living with us.
You brought this up. Look, if you want to complain about my family and my job, then why don't you just leave?
What, me? You're kicking your own wife out?
Exactly, my family comes first.
I'm part of this family too.
No, you're not. Seems like you don't want my family to live here, so I really don't care about you anymore. Why don't you just find a new place to stay?
I never said I don't want them here. I just told you let's talk about this once. Find a new place to stay? That's too sudden.
If you can't find anywhere, then how about that doghouse in the backyard? It was Oreo's, but he passed away 5 years ago and I left it there. He'll probably fit because he was a large breed.
Are you being serious right now?
Yep. Hey, living in a doghouse doesn't sound that bad.
You're pissing me off, so I'll go talk to Zoe about this. Hey, Zoe, I heard you're moving back here. Is everything okay? Didn't you hear anything from Hike? Of course not. Yes, I'm going to live there from today, so did you pack your bags? You're gonna leave, right? What? You want me to leave also? Yeah, because I only want to live with my family, so it's gonna be a problem if you're there. I told Hayek about this, and he said that he would look into doing something about it. He happened to talk to me about that something a few minutes ago. Oh, really? Well, now you know. Can you hurry up and leave? I need about 2 to 3 days to pack my things because I work every day, plus it's too sudden. Do you even have things to pack? I remember you being a minimalist. I can help you if you want. That way you can leave earlier. No, that's fine. I don't like people touching my stuff. Can I tell you one thing that I want you to do? Things have changed at your parents' house, so you should talk to them instead of your brother because he's an idiot and probably won't understand how serious it is. After you hear everything, you probably can't kick me out. What things? Are you saying this because you want to stay there? No, it's just that you should know the truth. What truth? I bet it's an excuse for staying at that house. It's my house, so please leave. You're saying the exact same thing as Hayek. Let me guess. Are you going to tell me to go live in the doghouse too? No, but that's such a good idea. Hayek is a genius. You will be living here, but outside, so I don't need to see you. So you agree with him. I thought you were a kind person, but boy, was I wrong. I don't care about your opinion and don't want to argue right now. My husband pissed me off and I'm heartbroken now. I just want to spend time with my family. Okay, whatever. But I think you'll face problems later on, though. What problems? You'll see.
Did you pack your bags? Hurry, cause Zoe's having problems with you staying at our house. Leave the house as soon as you come home.
Can't believe you had the nerve to move all of my stuff into the hallway and gave her my room.
I thought that moving your stuff was gonna be easier for you.
I hate it when somebody touches my stuff. I've been telling you that since we dated. I also wasted my time arguing with you and driving to my company when I had time to do work instead. About the room situation, you could have just said something like, "Hey, this used to be her room and she feels comfortable, so can she have your room?"
So, that's not my problem. I don't need to ask you that because you won't live here anymore. Hey, there's some things in the room that are perfect for Zoe right now. A good speaker so she can listen to her favorite songs, a small meditation room, ooh, and a few aroma candles.
Yeah, something that I bought. She can have those if she pays for it.
She's heartbroken now, so aren't you nice enough to give it to her?
I would have let her if she wasn't a bitch to me.
She's not a bitch, she's just stressed out. Why don't you buy the same thing then?
You seriously have no common sense. Don't you usually ask the person who bought it first to see if it's okay to give away their stuff?
It's my house, so whatever's in this house is mine. And I have the right to decide, okay? Understood?
Wow, what happened to you? You were so nice at the beginning, but you turned into a scumbag. Fine, she can have those since I'm a nice person. I'll leave this house when I get home, but I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure that you want me to leave?
I never changed, you just think that. Thank you, yes, I want you to leave. I cleaned out the doghouse for you if you want somewhere to go.
I do have somewhere to go, so you didn't need to do that. I'll head home to get my stuff in a little bit and go to the clerk's office to file the divorce papers because kicking me out means that you want to get a divorce, right?
When did I fill one out?
A few months ago. You don't remember? You said, let's fill one out just in case if something happens.
Oh, did I? No, I don't remember that, but I was fed up with you anyway, so please go ahead. Thank you for doing it for me.
No problem. Are you 100% sure about this? You guys are gonna face problems.
I just told you that it's fine. I also know that this is a threat, so I have no problem with you leaving.
Okay then. If something happens, I won't help you, okay?
Yeah, hurry up and come home. Where the hell are you? Pick up the phone! Why are you ignoring me?
I don't want anything to do with you. There's no need to talk.
Who cares about that? Can you explain why we're getting evicted? Pick up the phone or come here and talk about this.
I don't want to listen to your voice or see you, so I'll explain it here. I sold the house. That's it.
What do you mean you sold the house?
Well, your parents asked me to be the owner of the house, and I've been paying the mortgage this whole time, so I can do whatever I want, because it's my house, right?
Wait, you're joking. Why did they ask you?
I'm not joking. They got hooked on gambling and got into debt, and since they still haven't paid it off yet, they asked me if I could help them pay for the mortgage. They didn't tell you because they were embarrassed. Also, you probably didn't know this, but they are borrowing money from me. If you don't believe me, why don't you ask them? Sorry, but I have to laugh because I can just picture what your face looks like right now.
Why didn't you tell me if you knew about this? How much are they borrowing from you?
About 20 grand. I didn't tell you because you never believed what I said, so I thought it was a waste.
This is something important, though.
Yeah, even if I told you, you probably will say it's just an excuse to stay at that house. I mean, all I did was sold something that I didn't need anymore. You've done the same things before online, right? Selling something to earn some money. It's the same idea.
It's not the same thing. How dare you sell the house without asking me?
Ah, now you understand how it feels like to know things in such short notice? That's exactly how I felt when you invited Zoe and your parents to live in the house. If you still want to live there, the only option is to buy the house.
Buy the house? This was my parents' house to begin with and should have been mine if you hadn't done something.
Excuse me, but whose fault is this? Even if you became the owner of the house, you probably couldn't pay the mortgage, so I did you a favor.
That's not true. I would have found another job or, I don't know, a full-time job.
I doubt that. You said that 2 times per week is enough for you, so I know that you would have had to ask someone for help. That doesn't matter to me anymore, though.
Wait, do my parents need to leave the house also?
Of course. Is there a reason for them to stay?
They're old! Are you seriously making them go through this?
Yes. Why don't you take care of them then? You're their son.
Yeah, I am, but...
Oh, right. You don't have money, so that's not possible. Let me talk to your parents then.
Why?
What do you mean, why? That doesn't matter to you.
Why am I getting kicked out? I thought you sold the house!
I canceled it because your parents begged me not to sell it. Plus, they still need to pay me back, so they made a deal with me. Find a job and pay me and the money they borrowed from me little by little and kick you out.
What? I'm so confused right now.
What's confusing? I canceled selling the house and your parents are staying, but not you.
Are you being serious right now? No, wait, how about Zoe?
Yes, I just talked to her and she said that she still wants to stay at the house. I know you're panicking right now, but it's funny how the family you care about don't really seem to care about you.
This is not possible. My family will never betray me. Where am I supposed to go then?
They just did. You're a grown adult, so why didn't you think about it?
Are you happy to make my life even more miserable? I already am getting the cold shoulder from my coworkers because they know about the divorce, and my friends cut ties with me, and I literally have no money. Do you know how I feel?
It's not good, right? Now do you know how I felt when you told me to leave the house and live in the doghouse? I'm done with you, so good luck with everything, and you better leave the house right now.
It's not a good feeling, okay? I'm so sorry, Leah. Wait, why don't we just get back together, huh? I still love you.
It's too late now. Plus, you never said I love you to me for 3 years, so I know that it means let me stay at the house because I have nowhere to go.
That's not true. If I didn't love you, I would have divorced you a long time ago.
But you didn't because you were using me for money, right? You don't need to lie to me because you said you were fed up with me. I think that's why you were saying jokes to hurt and piss me off recently because you didn't need me anymore.
Hey, did you think that I was serious about living in the doghouse? I was really joking about that, and I'm sorry if I hurt you, okay? Let's all live together like before. I'll go to the clerk's office and cancel that divorce, okay? Sounds good, right?
Absolutely not. I don't want to live with an asshole like you. If you want to cancel the divorce, I'll call a lawyer to help me file for divorce.
Excuse me? I don't remember being one. What? Lawyer?
You were this whole time. I'm getting pissed off just thinking about what you did to me, so I'll divorce you no matter what. You probably can't pay for the lawyer, so why don't you give up?
Don't say that. Please help me. I don't have anywhere to live, and I'm so sorry for everything.
Sorry, but I really don't care at this point. If you can't find anywhere, how about the doghouse in the backyard?
Are you being serious right now?
Living in a doghouse doesn't sound that bad. You'll probably fit because Oreo was a large breed. Actually, you don't even deserve a doghouse, so why don't you live in a dumpster since you're trash? Hayek had no choice but to leave the house, and since he had nowhere to go and no money, he ended up being homeless. He quit his job because he felt awkward being there and is looking for a different job now, but is having a hard time since he only wants to work 1 to 2 times per week. He tries to reach out to me and his family, but everyone cut ties with him, so he's completely on his own. On the other hand, I'm living a stress-free life and even bought a dog and rebuilt Oreo's doghouse since it was a tad small for Hunter. I just hope that Hayek will not start living in it.
How's your father doing right now?
He and the doctor had another discussion about it. But the doctor reinstated that, well, there isn't much time left for my dad.
In other words, he was only given a little while longer to live? Well, that's great news.
What?
That means we'll be getting more money, right? Isn't that just the best news you've heard all year?
Wait. What the actual heck are you saying right now, Xander?
I just told you. The fact that your father was just told he only has a little bit longer to live means we are that much closer to getting his life insurance. When he passes away, we should get close to $1 million, right? I already went and started work on a new house, so as long as he kicks the can soon, we'll be set. I am oh so looking forward to when that time comes.
Who are you?
What? I'm your husband, Xander. Why are you acting so dumb right now?
I'm just wondering because my husband Xander has never said anything so heartless like that before. You're joking, right? Why would you say something like that?
I have been thinking about all of this for a very long time, but I never wanted to say anything to anyone about the money. However, soon your father's gonna be passing away, so I don't have to hold back my true thoughts and desires anymore. And the fact that you never had a mother around when I married you makes all of this so much easier. I'm so glad I was able to hold back my feelings this long.
You're a dick, Xander.
Hey, shut up! It's your fault for never noticing the fact that I was into you more for your father's money than anything else, idiot! Did you really think there was anything else about you that drew me in besides your family's money? When it comes to all women, all you're good for is helping us men move up in the world. And that's why I'm using you as my stepladder.
Is that the way you've thought about me this whole time?
Should I say what I really think? Would you go and spill all of this to your father right after? Well, if you go telling him anything that I've said and will say, the shock will only make what time he has left shorter. Man, the fact that he has to die before he ever even got to see any grandchildren is really so heartbreaking. You've been such a freaking idiot that you never had a chance of realizing my true intentions. Now, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna be having some steak to celebrate. I'm sorry, Emily, but I can't answer my phone right now. I'm actually getting ready to head out to see Dad at the hospital and be with him for a bit. You should take a day or two off to relax a bit, please.
Sure. Thank you for doing that.
Emily, have you been feeling okay recently? I'm sure the stress of hearing that news from the doctor is really getting to you. But has anything else happened?
It's nothing important to you right now.
Don't lie like that to me. Anything that's important to you is important to me too when it causes you to be upset. Isn't that right?
I suppose so. And considering I'm talking with you, you'll find out what's been going on with me eventually.
Of course I will. I'm your little brother after all. And that's why you should stop hiding what's been going on and tell me now.
Well, here's the thing. When my husband learned about the fact that Dad only has a little while left to live, he started to cheer about it. He told me that once Dad dies, we'll be getting his life insurance money and everything else.
I see. That's pretty messed up of him, to say the least.
Are you not surprised by all of that?
I sure am, but I know that you'd never be lying to me about him. And when it comes to your heart, there's no room in it for forgiving Xander anymore, right?
Yes. Well, of course.
Do you want to divorce him?
If I could, I'd love to divorce him and cut him out of my life forever.
Then I'm going to start supporting you through that process to make sure you can get him off your back for good. You were the one that picked me up when I was down on my luck, and I want to repay the favor for that now. I want to show you how thankful I really am for you coming and saving me from that life of being completely on my own. And the fact that someone would be willing to make horrible comments about my dad like that, I will not allow him to walk away with a win.
Thank you so much, Ricky. You're making me feel a lot more confident now.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm your little brother after all, and I want to make sure you're okay. Hey, Emily. Where are you at right now? You didn't even stay home last night to make me those steaks I asked for. Instead, you ran off to spend the night somewhere else. Huh, were you in shock after finding out about the true me?
I spent the night at my little brother's house last night.
You're far too old now to be spending the night at a college student's place. Honestly, I feel so bad for him having to house you.
I no longer want to be with someone like you, Xander.
What? Honestly, I don't care what you do or when you do it. But just remember that you're carrying my child, and when you give birth to it, you'll have to come back to me. They'll be asking where their father is and things like that.
I'll just tell them that their dad was scum and not worth having a child of their own.
You'll say that about me? Yeah, I'm sure that a woman like you who grew up in a house with no mother would never understand this. But when it comes to children, they're best off having both of their parents around, right? And considering that you are barely making any money as a simple office lady, and that you'll no longer have your father around, your only option is to come back to the breadwinner, me.
I don't actually think I'll have to go back to you.
Stop trying to act all tough now, Emily. When your father kicks the can, his money will all be mine. How about you tell me what allergies he has so that we can get this show on the road?
Shut your damn mouth!
What's got you all riled up?
I'm not sure if all you're saying is because of a misunderstanding on your part, but I never said anything about my dad expecting to totally pass away here soon.
What?
What my dad was told is that the cancer is in his blood now and can cause a lot of problems that will kill him in months if not treated. But last night, the doctor started him on some new therapy that will target his bone marrow and try to kill wherever that cancer is. Of course, there's not 100% this will cure him completely, but it should help him gain a few more years. And as far as I'm aware, my dad's little brother will be donating some of his bone marrow to my dad.
What? In other words?
The doctor thinks that my dad still has a decent chance, and that is why they're putting him through this therapy and treatment plan. Of course, after the cancer's been taken out of his blood, he'll still have to undergo constant monitoring. But at least he'll have plenty of years to stick around with us. In other words, that means you spilled the beans too early.
Huh? What the hell, man? Why didn't you tell me about all of that sooner? I was getting so worked up about what came next. Things are all screwed up now. This is all because of you and your crappy communication skills. As a way of saying sorry for ruining my mood, you're coming back here to make me up some steaks.
Why should I do that? You already know how much I frickin' hate your guts now.
As my wife, what did you just say to me?
What? So that's how you've thought about things this whole time? I was wondering why the only excuse you ever had for not ever doing the chores, cooking your food, or doing the laundry was because I'm your wife. We're getting a divorce now, Xander.
Are you kidding me? Who the hell do you think will allow you to get a divorce from me?
I'll be the one to take care of and raise this kid I'm carrying. I really don't want a monster like you anywhere near my baby once they're born. Also, you were just going on about how my dad's money would all become yours. What did all of that mean? You may be my husband, but you don't have any automatic rights to my family's money.
When the wife gets that money from her father, that money then becomes her husband's. That's why I will let you do anything besides get a divorce.
So you really did only marry me for my family's money. I'm happy to hear about that plan of yours now before it became too late.
Of course money's all I've wanted you for. If it wasn't for your family's money, I would never have married such a plain woman like you. That's why I've made sure I had other women lined up for the moment I got your father's money.
I've already told all of my family about you and your damn intentions. Both my dad and my brother are saying it's totally okay for me to cut ties to you. I'll make sure to take this divorce to court if I have to make sure I get away from you. So you can stop acting like you're my husband still and start acting like a stranger. That new house you got is under your name, right? That means after this divorce, you'll have to figure out what to do with that house all by yourself.
Huh? Who said you could just run your mouth like that around me? Did you really think that I'd just accept everything you just said? Get your ass home! And I mean get your ass home right now! I'm not gonna go easy on you tonight, you back-talking whore! Hey, say something! Emily! Hello again, Xander. Have you been doing all right over there on your own? Who's this now? Are you her little brother, Ricky? Tell me where Emily is right now. I want you to tell her to cut all of that childish crap and come back home right now. Why should she have to come back home to you? She's going to be divorcing you here soon, right? And whoever said that I was going to accept a divorce from her? And when it comes to something like that, the first thing we should be doing is meeting face to talk about it, right? No. Someone who starts to celebrate the death of our father? I don't think any one of us coming out to speak to you is going to get anywhere. That's just what an immature loser like you thinks. You go and tell that whore to get back home right now. I'm sure she's staying there at your place right now, right? Huh? I would hate to tell you where she is right now because who knows what a psycho like you would do. So I'm gonna refrain from answering. I would not like to piss her off any. She's a very aggressive person when she gets upset, so I'll do as she's told me and leave this all be. Ah, but you've known about how aggressive she can be for a long time now, much like I've known about you. Huh? What do you mean by that? I happen to really love my older sister. As family, of course. A long time ago, I lost both of my parents in a really bad car accident, and after that I had nobody and had to go into foster care. But my dad had a really close friend who just so happens to be Emily's dad. And when he came to see how I was doing, Emily said she wanted me to become her brother. That's when he said it was a good idea, and the both of them took me into their home. That all happened close to a decade ago now. That was the first time I fell in love with people who weren't my family. What? What the heck? Then tell me why you were so happy about her and I getting married a while back and weren't all jealous about it. Well, that's because I said to you I love her like family, like my older sister. Not as some woman that I wanted to get married to or anything. And that's how I want her to stay, is as my older sister. Hence why I was so happy when she wanted to marry you, and you guys did so. Really, I've never loved her as anyone else but my sister. Now, I'd still be happy about that marriage, had you turned out to actually have been a good person. That's freaking disgusting! I think you have a few things wrong with your head, you freak! I don't think so, considering who's saying that right now. And unlike you, I happen to know a lot more about you than you think. Do you really know much about me? What are you getting at here, Ricky? You happen to work for a very large company as a businessman. You also happen to have to work late every night, which causes you to come home after 7 or so. And during the weekend, you love to go into work to finish up assignments or go on business trips. You happen to be well respected by all of your higher-ups, and all of your coworkers like having you with them. At least that's what you want everyone to know. However, I know the other side to that coin. Huh? During the weekends, you don't actually go on business trips or into work. And during the week, you don't have to stay late working overtime. Instead, during all that time, you're going out to play with another woman. Huh? What makes you think you can say all of that about me with such confidence? I'll have you taken to court for trying to ruin my image. Are you kidding me? You can't take me to court that easily. And if you did, I'd be in trouble. However, I happen to have all sorts of photos as proof, as well as audio recordings and witness reports, so looks like a woman you recently met through an online dating website has become pregnant. Does that make you a jackass or something like that? Why do you know about that? All I had to do was ask around about you. And when I found the woman you've been with behind my sister's back, it all started to really come out. Of course, I didn't threaten her or anything like that to get the answers I needed, so you can relax, please. All I had to do was have a seat with her and chat for a bit. And then, soon, all of the evidence I needed spilled out. I don't care about her right now. Have you been following me this whole time or something? What? Are you trying to frame me like I'm some kind of a stalker now? All of this ended up happening by coincidence. Just coincidence. I was actually told about some of this from Emily herself before I started to just casually ask around. She told me about how you have always been coming home late from work and that she was worried you were overworking yourself there. I went out to have a word with you myself to see if you were doing all right. And well, I ended up seeing a few things that I probably shouldn't have, right? Later on, I went and had a word with the woman I saw you with after finding her, and she spilled the beans. That's all, Xander. You think I'm gonna just take that as being coincidental? I have no reason to believe what you've just told me. I'm sure you've been stalking me this whole freaking time. And then you waited for a time like now to come out and screw me over while my wife is trying to divorce me. I know what you've been up to. Huh? Would you be able to prove something like that in court? Because based off the way you said that, all after I brought up some facts, you seem to be cornered. Oh man, I don't have the kind of time to be dealing with all your crap. You're really asking for it. There are some other things besides this, Xander. Huh? The fact that you just keep making crap up about me is gonna get you killed. Xander, did you know that in this state, gambling like you've been doing is illegal? What? I heard that you've always been well respected by your coworkers, but it seems that some of them go out with you during the night and gamble over something rather illegal. I hear that some of you will even gamble $10,000 in one go sometimes, which is pretty dang wild if you ask me. Now you're really trying to make things up about me. No, I'm not, because I have all the evidence right here. What? Did you know that recently I've been interning at your company and have seen you a few times in the office? I'm in another department from you, so of course you'd never really notice me, but I've been well aware of you. I'm sure you're just used to working in such a large company that plenty of people come and go all the time. But when I went out and had a few drinks with some of the employees there, they told me all kinds of very interesting things. Things that would normally embarrass people when saying them, but for some reason all of them acted like they just didn't care that I heard them. And all it took was a small act of kindness to get the rest of the info I wanted to hear out of them. Excuse me? Don't tell me that you bribed them! Are you being serious right now? Of course I never bribed them. I just gave them a couple extra drinks on the house. And that money was money I made interning for the company, so don't think that I'm getting it the same way you do. Actually, a lot of those drinks were expensive, so I had to pull savings from my old job to afford them, but it was worth it in the end. Anywho, now that I have all this damning evidence of you gambling over things like that, I've been thinking of bringing it up with the head of HR. You're joking, right? Not at all, Xander. Isn't this just great? You'll finally have a reason to get out of that lousy department you've always been complaining about. And this will only strengthen my sister so that she can get this divorce and free herself from trash like you once and for all. What the hell? Who the hell are you, Ricky? Why the hell were you able to pull all of that off so easily? What? You don't know why? I happen to really love my sister and will do anything to make sure that she ends up happy. Emily, help me! I don't think I'll be able to handle being on my own anymore.
I'm pretty sure that I've already told you I no longer want anything to do with you. I can't believe you've not only been cheating on me that whole time, but were also gambling over chicken fights.
You already know about that?
Ricky told me everything about what you've been up to. I guess the place he's been interning at has been the same company you're working for. He told me that the news about you and some of your coworkers is so well known that it wasn't hard to find out about what you've done.
So that asshole is going to use everything he found out about me to keep this fight going? Hey, Emily, that dick is just trying to make me look bad. If he'd never gone and lied to everyone about me, I would still be the well-respected man I've always been in that company. It's because of him that everyone in the company no longer wants me there, and my life is fallen into shambles.
You're blaming Ricky for that? I'm not too sure how he could be the one to blame for that. Well, whoever is to blame, the one thing we can all agree with is that the things he found out about you are true, right? Then that means you're the one at fault.
That's...
I'm embarrassed to have been lied to by such a pathetic man as you. Know that this divorce is never going to go away, and that I will be getting a settlement from you now. By the way, Xander, I hear that you may have borrowed some money from my uncle, and he's asked you to pay it back to him right now.
Huh? Why do I have to?
Why do you have to pay money you borrowed from him back? Because you borrowed it. And that money you borrowed went to gambling on chicken fighting, right? I'm sure you won't be able to pay it all back to him, but just be aware that one of your company's biggest customers happens to be my aunt's company. And she said that as long as your company has an employee like you within it, she will no longer be working with them. Today she'll be contacting the company and telling her things are off, I assume.
What? What? Your aunt's the owner of that company? I never knew anything about that.
I'm sure you would have never noticed, but she's my mom's sister and has a different last name from us. And she's been the one in charge of that very important factory that purchases great deals of whatever your company manufactures. She happens to be very well known within that sort of world, so once you've been forced to leave your current job, good luck finding another in that field.
If she does anything to me, then I'll be screwed. How much more do you all plan on hurting me?
I'm not sure. You went and hid things from me for years while treating me like a jerk, so... Oh, and that doesn't even include all the crap you've put me through while I've been pregnant.
I feel really bad about what you're having to go through right now while carrying our kid. I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm sorry for everything. I've just been so busy with work and became a bit stressed after marrying you, so you could call this marriage-related stress.
That's something that happens before getting married, right?
That's right. I just realized that once you have that baby, I'm going to become a father. And that means you'll have to become a mother to that baby, right? You've already been aware of that this whole time since you've been pregnant. But for men, it's a bit hard to understand that just yet, since we don't have to do anything. You women would never understand this, but men can be very confused when it comes to what to do when their wife is pregnant.
You really think I'm going to agree with such a lame excuse? Are you trying to say that while the wife is pregnant, it's totally okay for the husband to do whatever he wants? You're telling me it's completely okay for them to cheat, for them to commit crimes? You sound like an idiot saying that. If you're really having to go to those lengths to look for an excuse, you're better off rotting in jail. I can't wait for you to lose that job.
What? You don't know if I'm going to be fired yet or not?
Actually, I do. I heard about it from Ricky.
All of this always ties back into that damn Ricky! Ricky said this, Ricky found that. Ricky. Shut the hell up. All of this is because of you. Because of what you've done, I've been left in a terrible position.
So now you're resorting to making this my fault? I have no idea what to say anymore.
If you just told me everything that doctor said about your father, then I would have never misunderstood you. And had you never gone and talked with that little bitch of a brother you have, you would have never had to find out about me cheating on you and my gambling. All of this is happening because of you, Emily. Your little brother is a real freak. He went and stalked me for weeks like a crazy person. That just pisses me the hell off.
Don't you dare talk about my brother like that, you disgusting freaking bastard!
Huh?
Ricky has done nothing but think about me. He is the nicest little brother a sister could ask for. I guess he does have a thing or two that is off about him, but no matter what it is, he just wants to care about his family, and that's something I am proud of. You have no damn right talking about him that way. You're just a frickin' pussy hiding behind that phone. Don't you ever talk to my family, my friends, or I ever again. And when it comes to this kid that I'll be giving birth to soon, you will never get to see them.
No way. Hold up. I've already been disowned by both of my parents and have nowhere to go.
Oh? You told me before that they're out living in the middle of nowhere, and that's why we could never see them. This is the first time I'm ever hearing about how they disowned you.
About that!
Seems all you ever say are lies. I'm glad I finally got to learn the truth before it was too late.
Hold on a second, please. Don't just abandon me like this.
You have no right saying that after all the things you've said about me. I love how childish some adults seem to think they can act.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry. So would you please just forgive me already?
No frickin' thanks. And do you think you could really be forgiven after everything you've done? I get that you're frickin' brain dead, but try using that thing between your legs to put some thought into it. I mean, it's made that choice of having you cheat on me before, right? So go ahead, use it to figure out how much of a bastard you really are. Now I'm out of here.
Emily, I just finished work. How have you been doing recently?
I just had another horrifying conversation with my husband, so I had to go ahead and block him. And right now I'm diving back into all the paperwork since I once again have had my hatred for that man refreshed by him. Like I said, I just had another horrifying conversation with him, so I had to go ahead and block him. I've made up some stew for you on the stove, so hurry home and have some.
Awesome. I freaking love your stew, Emily. I honestly wish I could have you stay in at my place forever.
But someday I'm sure me being here would cause you some trouble. However, don't think that I won't be coming here more often once I'm moved out.
You would never become a problem for me. I love having you here with me, and I always will. The only reason I ended up living on my own in the first place is because when you got married, I moved out to go to school. But to be frank, it's been super lonely for me. So how about, until you've completely settled down, you stay here with me? I get that this place is small, but...
Ricky, seriously, thank you so much. By the way, Ricky, I really didn't know about how you'd been interning at the same company Xander's been working for. I thought you would have told me sooner.
I never realized either until I one day saw him walking around in the break room. It was a total coincidence, and he didn't even recognize me. This whole thing called life is really full of surprises at every corner, isn't it?
The divorce between Xander and I ended up happening not too long after I blocked him. And I was able to get both that settlement from him and child support. He was later fired from the company based on the gambling he'd been doing on chicken fighting, and that soon landed him in jail considering it was against the law. After about a month there, he was able to be released on parole, but now had to face the house he had signed for but could not afford. I'm sure he'll go out and find himself a new job, but that's only if he can find one before he loses his house and has to be kicked out onto the streets. As for myself, things have really calmed down in my life. I've been living with Ricky at his place, but I'm not going to rely on a college student for housing. So I'm in the process of moving out of his place and in with my aunt at her house, where I can then prepare to have my first ever baby. Ricky will be coming over to see me every week and make sure I'm doing okay, and we'll be visiting even more when I have the baby. I'm so happy that my family is willing to keep a good eye on me after all I've been through, and are willing to do all of this to help me. But I really just hope that Ricky doesn't stay attached like this to me forever and goes out to find a woman and a life of his own after college is done. Perhaps he already has a life that I'm not aware of yet besides being around me, and will show me when the time is right. He really is the best little brother a sister could ask for. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Chelsea, what the heck do you think you're doing? Are you actually getting married to Seth? Are you seriously going to go through with this? What's the meaning of this? You've got some nerve trying to take my man away from me. You know that, right? Who is this? What do you mean I'm trying to steal your man? I don't understand. Oh, it's you, Gemma. Wow, it's been a while since we last spoke. I really didn't think another colleague would be messaging me like this. I don't understand why you're talking to me like this all of a sudden when I haven't done anything wrong. Seth and I have been going out for almost 4 years already. What you're saying isn't making any sense at all, Gemma. How the hell is he your man when he's been with me for such a long time? I can say whatever I like to you about him. He was my boyfriend back when we were both in college. You're just another colleague of his that shouldn't even be that close to him. Why are you trying to take my boyfriend away from me? You're a complete backstabber. Are you insane or something? Okay, Gemma, I'm really sorry about this, but I've honestly got no idea what you're talking about right now. I do remember that you two used to date. But you dated in college, right? That was a long time ago, Gemma. Wouldn't it have been almost 10 years ago now? If you guys broke up that long ago, why are you mentioning it to me now? To be honest, you've known for a long time that we've been dating. Why are you trying to butt into our relationship now? I thought you were cool with it. Because Seth and I were destined to get married. He's not supposed to be marrying you. It would never work between the two of you. Us breaking up was a huge mistake, and I'm here to put it right. You're stealing my man, so give him back. Seth must feel the same way about me. Surely he does. Even he knows that we'll end up together in the end. It's our destiny to be together. I have really got no idea what you're saying, Gemma. You're a bit delusional, to be honest with you. First of all, I don't know how you found out about my marriage to Seth. It's really got nothing to do with you. I don't really know why you're saying such nonsense to me about how I'm stealing your man when you're not with him. Don't you get it? Everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows about your conniving plans, Chelsea. You can't deny it. What the heck are you on about, Gemma? What do people know? What plans are you even talking about? The plan that you wanted to steal my man from me. You're such a homewrecker, Chelsea. You'll pay for messing with me. You were the one who got in the way of me and Seth getting married and living our best lives together. It's all your fault. You'll live to regret this. Oh my God, Gemma, you're so delusional. Would you seriously cut it out? I've done absolutely nothing wrong. How many times do I have to repeat myself to you? Seth and I started dating almost 4 years ago. He's moved on from you. When he and I got together, you both had nothing to do with each other, right? You both cut off contact from each other. How is it possible that I took him away from you when you'd both broken up? He wasn't your boyfriend at the time. Shut up, Chelsea. You're so wrong. Stop trying to argue your way out of this. You know you've ruined our relationship. I'm not trying to argue with you, Gemma. I'm trying to make you see sense, but it's obviously not working. Well, it's all going to be okay anyways. I don't think you can get married to him. I'm looking forward to seeing it all explode in your face. The ceremony should be a fun time. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You know about the ceremony? I don't think you're even invited to it, so how do you know when it is or even where it's happening? You're looking forward to it? What do you mean by that? Where are you going with this conversation? If you're planning to sabotage our relationship, I wouldn't even try if I were you. You've absolutely lost the plot. Seth, are you there? We really need to talk. Something weird happened. I got a bunch of horrible messages from your ex, Gemma. I really don't think you would do this, but did you say something about our wedding ceremony to her? You didn't invite her, did you? Because there's no way I'd want her there. She's going crazy.
Whoa, what? Where the heck did that come from? Why are you mentioning Gemma? She thinks that she's invited to our wedding? I don't get it. There's no way that I was inviting her to our wedding. I don't want her even stepping a foot into our ceremony, because she'll probably do something to ruin it.
I just got some strange messages from her and it got me really anxious about everything. I was quite worried about it because she sounded really angry. I just wanted to message you to make sure she wasn't bothering you or anything like that. She's acting really weird.
Well, actually, she got in touch with me a little while ago. She was acting weird then, too. She was so persistent about wanting to be with me again, and I ended up telling her that I was going to marry you. I just didn't want her contacting me again. Maybe it's my fault she came after you with those huge rants.
I don't understand why she'd get in contact with you after all this time. She seems really crazy about you. Have you ever kept in touch with her about our relationship? Has she bugged you before about wanting to be with you?
No, and there's no way that I'd ever want to get back with Gemma. She's acting so odd these days. It looks like she's gotten herself into a bit of trouble. It's a hot topic amongst our colleagues at work when it comes to her.
Oh, really? What's been going on with her? Why is she acting like this? Ugh, why is this happening so close to our wedding day? It's frustrating.
It's only 1 hour until your ceremony begins, Chelsea, but I don't think your wedding's going to go as planned today.
What are you talking about, Gemma? Can't you just let us be? I want this to be a happy day and something that I remember fondly for the rest of my life.
Oh, don't worry, you will. It's my fault that I've taken your fiancé away from you. You may be surprised to get a call about something special being stolen from you, but it's okay because you deserve it. I'm getting back together with Seth, so it's okay if you leave and I'll attend the ceremony in your place.
What the heck's going on here, Gemma? You can't just do that. Do you really think this is a victory for you? What do you really want to say to me? Don't you get how much of a misunderstanding this all is? He was your boyfriend in college, but we're not in college anymore. Can't you just move on with your life and find someone else? There are plenty of eligible men out there.
If anyone's having difficulty understanding this, it's you, Chelsea. The loser has no choice but to hang its tail between its legs and run away. There's nothing that can get in between Seth and I being together now. I'm planning on having you disappear without a trace. And Seth also agrees with me that you need to leave and never come back.
Okay, Gemma, how about you don't jump to conclusions just yet and calm down a bit, okay? You need to take a good hard look at reality. Are you telling me that you've been talking to Seth? If you've been messaging each other, why don't you have a good look at what he said, okay?
There's no need for me to do anything like that. I know what he said to me, and I know him way better than you do. Our hearts are truly connected, so I know what he wants in life.
Are you kidding me? Your hearts are connected? Ha! What a joke. I wouldn't take your delusions so seriously, Gemma. I can't listen to you talk anymore. It's making me go crazy. I suppose I have no choice but to move on from this. If you'll excuse me, I can't talk to you right now. This is all too much for me to handle.
Wait, what did you just say? You know that if you come to the wedding venue, it'll be a waste of time for you since Seth and I will already be married. I'm already on standby in the wedding hall. All that's left now is to wait for Seth to walk in. I do apologize for doing this an hour before your wedding, but Seth and I have decided to get back together. There's nothing you can do about it now. I'll take your position in the ceremony, then it'll really show people just how much of a loser you are. You just let an ex take your fiancé away from you.
I don't know how you could possibly do that when I've already said my vows and kissed Seth.
Huh? What are you talking about? You haven't done anything like that. Stop lying to me.
I don't mean to rain on your parade or anything, Gemma, but what are you doing? Our wedding has already begun, didn't you know that? We just kissed and said our vows to each other.
Wait, what? What are you even saying? The wedding hasn't even started yet, so how could you have possibly done all of those things? I made sure what time the ceremony was at so I could be here on time. I'm at the wedding hall right now.
You know that you're talking about where the reception's being held, right? I told Seth about the messages you sent to me and also how you got in touch with him. Of course, you wanted to get back together with him, but it looks like you've made a huge mistake. I just showed Seth your messages just now. My husband bursted out laughing when I told him about the situation.
Wait a minute. Your husband? You're not talking about Seth, are you? Chelsea, what have you done?
Of course he's my husband. Who else would he be? He was only ever getting married to me, Gemma. By the way, my classmates from college also busted out laughing when they heard what you were trying to do. If you're at the venue, you should maybe stop trying to embarrass yourself so much and just go home. Wouldn't you be better off doing that?
What do you mean by that? I'm not embarrassing myself at all. Seth was supposed to get back together with me and get married. Why couldn't you have just left well enough alone and let me have him?
Because that was never going to come true, Gemma. You message me out of the blue with this nonsense and think you can just take what isn't yours? There was no way I was going to add more fire to the flame with the replies you were sending. How did you come up with such a delusion in your head?
But it wasn't a delusion. I swear it wasn't. I thought that Seth was just playing hard to get. I wanted him back.
Why do you think he'd want to get back with a woman who he dated 10 years ago who couldn't show her affection and was just mean to him? I guess it was just me misunderstanding how salty you were about me being with him.
You don't have to go that far. All I wanted was to be back with my ex. Don't be so rude.
If anyone is being rude, it's you by trying to take him away from me. You know, I've heard a lot of things about you, Gemma.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What are you talking about? You think you've got some dirt on me or something?
seems like your marriage isn't going so well, so you thought it would be a good idea to get in contact with your ex-boyfriend. That seems to be the rumor that's flying around these days. Do you really think it's okay to do something like this?
What the heck are you talking about, Chelsea? Where did this rumor come from anyways?
Did you not think that your ex-boyfriend would not catch on with what you're trying to do? I guess you were pretty desperate to even go as far as you did. Looks like you're going to be demoted or lose your job, right?
What on earth are you talking about? Where did you get that information from? How do you even know about that?
I'm just guessing what's going on right now, but back when you dated Seth, you cheated on him, didn't you? Everybody knows that you did, so we all thought you were delusional and trying to get back together with him.
Why should that even matter? It was a long time ago, and to be honest, who cares about that? We're all living in the present, so why are you bringing it up?
Oh, really now? Well, it seemed like you wanted to relive the past not so long ago. You're the exact person I want to say this next thing to. If you're living in the present, why don't you stop trying to cling on to your ex? It's not a good look, Gemma. It just makes you look even more desperate than you already are.
What the heck are you talking about? Clinging on to Seth? What part of me is desperately holding on to him? If anything, he was always clinging to me. Unlike you, Chelsea, I was very popular during my college days. That's why I thought it was weird that he broke up with me, all because I cheated on him a little bit.
Well, I guess you've got one thing right. A lot of people admired you during college, yes. I found out halfway through our time at college it was all because of your looks and nothing else.
Excuse me? How dare you say something like that to me? I was popular for many reasons, not just my looks.
Yeah, I don't think so. Just because you were attractive back then doesn't give you the excuse to cheat on your partner. You're just like every other person who cheats on their partner. Trash.
How dare you? You've got some nerve calling me trash, don't you? All you were back then was a little nerd that nobody would touch.
And so, what of it? That was me in the past, and I'm okay with that. Besides, Seth chose me in the end, didn't he? He saw something in me compared to you, who was just looks and was stupid and empty on the inside.
Shut up! You just love to bring others down with your words, don't you, Chelsea? What the heck would you ever know about me anyways? I've got no interest in knowing you, so why are you being like this towards me?
I don't have to understand you, because frankly, I don't want to. You're the one who started bothering me first. It just so happens that we were once strangers that went to the same college, but you know that word quickly spreads when you're in classes, right? I knew enough about you that it was in my best interest to stay away from you. I never wanted to get involved with someone who was trying to take my boyfriend back based on her crazy delusions. He doesn't want you. Don't you get that?
They weren't delusions. I'm just trying to prove that I'm the more attractive one out of us. I just wanted to show him what he'd miss out on if he got married.
Well, my husband, Seth, said that he wanted nothing to do with you ever again and to stay away from the both of us. It seems like he's already blocked your number, which is a good start. He should have done that in the first place.
Wait a minute, what? He's gone and blocked my number? He's got no right to do that. There's no way he'd do that to me. I thought I meant more to him than that.
Are you living in La La Land or something, Gemma? He told me himself that he did that. He also showed me his blocked number screen. We're married now, so we don't need any crap from people like you who are just trying to split us up. Your plan was never going to work, Gemma.
Why are you giving me so much trouble? Are you seriously just trying to make fun of me now? Fine. Seth and I will just start over and get married today. There's no way I'm going to let you marry my Seth. I deserve his love, not you. You're just a little nerd who deserves to be alone.
What the heck's your problem, Gemma? Are you insane? You're Seth? Would you quit with this game? He doesn't belong to you. He's his own person and can make his own decisions. Why are you doing this to my husband?
Stop calling Seth your husband when he's not. Seth is mine, and we all know it. He belongs to me, fair and square.
Are you confused or something? Did you hit your head or something? Don't you see what you're doing is bad? This is a really bad situation that you're putting everybody in, Gemma.
He and I were the ones that were supposed to get married at the wedding venue. You've ruined everything. You're going to pay for this. There's no way that you can get in the way of me and Seth getting married. I won't let you.
I see what you're trying to do. You were going to ambush me at my wedding so that I couldn't marry him. Were you planning on harming me and taking my place at the altar?
There's no need to cause you any harm when it's obvious that Seth chose me over you. You're just hiding him from me. No, instead of choosing you, he thought it was some kind of joke and just laughed really loudly. He's not taking you seriously, Gemma. What the heck are you talking about? He needs to take me seriously. We're going to get married and be together forever. Oh, I forgot to mention this to you, Gemma. We had our wedding already. It was held at a different church. We only invited family and close friends. After we finished here, we're going over to the other venue to have the reception. Seth's asked someone from the ceremony to contact security so they can clear the space, so to speak. You got married somewhere else? What do you need security for? What's going on here? Well, you're in the reception hall, right? You being there might put us in danger after the way you've been talking to us. I can't risk you being there trying to hurt me or take away Seth, so if we find you there, you'll be escorted out of the building. Excuse me? Danger? That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think, Chelsea? All I wanted was to have my Seth back. Don't you dare treat me like I'm a dangerous person. I'm not even going to do anything to you. And I can't take that risk after the way you've been talking to me about Seth. You're clearly a dangerous person, Gemma. You're completely unstable, and who knows what you're capable of. Thanks to you, we've had to delay the start of the reception. It's going to start 30 minutes later than it should be, and it's all your fault. You need to take responsibility of spoiling our special day. Hurry up and get over it then. I need to talk to Seth. It's urgent. I only need to speak with him for a little bit. It's no use communicating through you by messaging back and forth. That's why I'm saying you're dangerous. I can't possibly let you do that because I don't know what you do to him. What? I don't understand. Why? All I want is to talk to him. That's it. Why won't you let me do that at least? Well, you've made a big mistake thinking you'd be able to get back together with Seth. He knows how delusional you are. He doesn't want to be anywhere near you, and neither do I. All you wanted to do is hijack our wedding. It would be a stupid idea to let you near my husband. I guess he and I will do everything together from now on. I'm calling the police along with the security that's based in the venue. They're going to secure the area so that you can't get in and ruin anything. What the heck are you saying? There's absolutely no need for you to call the police. You're overreacting so much right now. I haven't done anything to you. I haven't hit you or hurt you in any way. Why are you being like this? Are you kidding me, Gemma? These messages you're sending me alone could be classed as a threat if I showed them. I'm not even threatening you, though. I'm just telling you to stop messing around with my Seth. He belongs to me. You saying that is super suspicious in itself. You're just a snake. I don't want you anywhere near us. I can't believe this woman. What do you mean by that? Are you calling me a snake? I haven't done anything to you. Is there anyone else I'm speaking to right now? Of course I'm calling you a snake, slithering in to try and steal Seth from me. And on top of that, trying to ruin my wedding day and threatening us as well. Just shut up and leave me alone. Stop interrupting people's weddings. Stop acting so desperate. We've had a happy wedding in front of family and friends. I want to continue the celebrations with my husband in peace, so let us do that. There's no space for you in this relationship, so don't even try bursting our bubble. You don't need to overreact like that, all right? I'm just trying to take back what's rightfully mine. I also loved Seth as well. He can't just forget me like this. I thought that Seth might still love me. I thought he was trying to drop me hints even though he was with you. There is no way that he still loves you after the way you've treated me and the way you treated him back when you cheated on him. Your relationship ended 10 years ago. Can't you just move on? You're actually crazy, Gemma. I can't deal with any more of this. If you understand what's going on, please admit your mistake and do your best with your marriage. If you're not happy, talk to your husband. But before doing that, you might need to look for a new job. If you actually try, maybe your head won't be so empty, right? How dare you say something so cruel to me? Why don't you take a look in the mirror, sweetheart? You're so ugly that the mirror would crack into pieces. Say what you like about me, Gemma. At least I'm not crazy or delusional. It's because of you that I'm so angry and just saying whatever I like. I never want to see you ever again. Don't even think about trying to approach me or Seth ever again. You'll regret it. And you're just a delusional old hag that's desperate for another man's attention. Get lost, you piece of trash. In the end, Gemma was found by the security guards at the wedding venue. Apparently, she was kicked out and never had the chance to meet up with Seth.
She was then seen following Seth to his company later on. She was reported to the police and got interviewed. I guess she finally snapped out of her delusions as she was told not to go anywhere near Seth or myself. She was given a restraining order and not allowed within 100 feet of us. I reckon that she'll never break her restraining order and we'll never see her ever again. We can live in peace and continue without her around being a nuisance. It'll be good for both of us that we never meet her whilst walking down the streets.
Amy, how are you? What are you doing right now? Hurry up and answer my messages. I know you're not busy. I bet you're just lying around doing nothing.
Helen, hi. I'm fine. Hope you're well too. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to the phone quicker. I was driving. I need to prepare dinner when I get home, so I'm just out and doing grocery shopping.
What about your son? Is he with you?
Your parents were kind enough to offer to watch him. They're at home right now. Will loves his grandparents, so it's good for them to have some quality time together.
Oh, I knew it. Don't give me that excuse. You don't think it's quality time for them. You're just being lazy.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
You're making my mom take care of your son, aren't you? Because you can't be bothered to take care of him yourself, right? I bet you just moved in with my parents because you knew they'd offer to watch him and wanted to take advantage of their kindness.
That wasn't the reason why we decided to move into your parents' house, but it's true that they've been really supportive. It's thanks to them that I can go on my part-time job without worrying about Will. I'm really grateful for their help.
Good for you. You've only got one kid, but you've got all the help you can get. You can leave him with your husband's parents and do whatever you like. Usually, people only ask grandparents for help when they really need it, considering their age. But you think you can use them as much as you like because you're so important. How arrogant can you get?
I don't know where you got that idea, but that's not true. I'm not doing whatever I like, and I'm only relying on them because your brother has to go on long-term business trips for work. David's the one who first suggested we move in with your parents because he's away so much. I'm doing as many of the chores as I can when I'm at home, and of course I wish I could be at home all the time so I don't have to ask them to watch Will. But I don't want to be completely reliant on them for money either, so I want to earn some money so that I can cover some of the bills myself.
Oh, come on. You're not as good a liar as you think you are, Amy. I know that you don't actually think any of that. You just want a part-time job so that my parents will think that you're working hard. You just want to take advantage of them.
I can't believe that you'd think I was just using them. I really am just doing what I think is right.
I have 3 children, you know, and they want to see their grandparents too. But because you're living with my parents, I can't visit. Do you know how long it's been since they last all saw each other? My parents haven't even met my youngest. Do you understand? It's all your fault. You're getting in the way of my children's quality time with my parents. You're splitting up a family because you can't be bothered to take care of one kid.
I think it's amazing that you're able to take care of 3 children. I don't know how you do it without the help. You could come visit whenever you like, but the reason why you can't come and stay is because your second son is allergic to your parents' dog, isn't he?
That's not the problem. Were you even listening to me? Why do you always have to interrupt me with the most irrelevant comments? Anyway, back to the conversation. I'm going to move in with my parents. I want you out. Right now.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, this is all so sudden. I can't keep up. What are you talking about? Why do I have to move out?
What's so hard to understand? I'm telling you to leave. Is it so bad for me to want to live with my own parents?
I'm not saying it's bad, I just don't understand. You're saying that you want to move in with your parents and live with them in the same house?
Of course, that's what I mean. What else could move in mean? Are you an idiot? Why do I have to explain such a simple sentence? I'm moving in. Capiche?
I'm sorry, I was just surprised. Do you mean that you'll be moving in with your family? Your kids too? What will you do about Ricky's dog allergy?
That's right. Do you really think I'd leave my children behind? You don't have to worry about that. I'll get my parents to give the dog away. It's as simple as that. My children are more important.
But your parents love their dog. I think they'd be really sad to part ways. Does your husband agree with all of this? Won't it be tougher for him to get to work if he lives farther away from his office?
My husband will be fine. It's none of your business, but he won't be living with us. He'll be living by himself.
Okay. Do you mean that he'll be going away on business like David?
Like I said, it got nothing to do with you. You really are so nosy. Why can't you just shut up and accept what I've decided?
You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. My curiosity got the better of me. But if you're going to move in, then have you already spoken to your parents? I haven't heard anything from them about any of this, so I was wondering if it might have slipped their minds to mention it. Or maybe you hadn't spoken to them about it yet.
I'll tell them when I feel like it. It's not like they need a warning or anything. They're my parents, not yours. They'll be delighted to hear that I'm coming home. And I'm the eldest daughter. It's my job to take care of my parents. They'll feel much more at ease with me taking care of them rather than a complete stranger. That way they can see their favorite grandchildren too. So I'm asking you to leave. You're just in the way.
I'm sorry, what? You haven't told them anything?
I don't have to. All I have to do is make sure you and your stuff are out of my parents' house so that I can move in. We can't all live in there together. It'll be too cramped. I'm their daughter and have 3 children, so I take precedence. You may have married my brother, but that doesn't make you more important than me. I move in, and you and your son move out. Simple as that.
Even if you say that, it's not something that can be done straight away or even in a few days. If that's what you were planning, then you should have mentioned something or given me a warning or at least asked for your family's opinion. Have you spoken to David?
Of course I haven't. Don't you know where your own husband is? He's on the other side of the world. How am I supposed to get in touch with him without losing sleep? Do you really want me to bother him with something so trivial while he's working? And you call yourself his wife. Why can't you just accept what I've told you to do? You can tell David when he gets home from his business trip.
I understand that you don't want to bother him, but if you haven't spoken to David or your own parents, how did you decide all of this? You can't just decide by yourself. That's way too self-centered.
Of course I decided by myself. My mom and dad have no reason to say no to me. They love me the most. I may be an adult, but I still have them wrapped around my little finger. If they hear that they'll get to live with me and their grandchildren, they'll be overjoyed. That's why I should be the one living with them, not you. Do you understand, or was that too difficult for you as well?
That might be true, but you can't honestly think that you can just decide that behind all of our backs.
You may not realize it, but you're causing a lot of trouble for my mom by making her take care of your son. He's only turned 1 recently, right? Do you know how hard it is for someone my mom's age to watch a kid that young? I can't just stand by and watch as you take advantage of my mom.
You're right. I've caused her a lot of trouble, and I'm really grateful for all the time she's dealt with Will's tantrums and hyperactiveness while I've been at work. But you can't decide this without her opinion. Besides, your youngest is still only 6 months old, isn't she? I think that would be more of a burden.
Oh, shut up. You think you're better than me, but you're not. Unlike someone, I actually stay at home and take care of my own kids, rather than go out to work and waste my time. I won't ask my mom to babysit. I take pride in taking care of my kids myself.
Neither one of us is better than the other. I respect you for being a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. I happen to go out to work a part-time job, but why does that mean that I'm wasting my time? We're each doing what we think we should do in our own situations. Isn't that enough? Either way, I can't up and leave so easily.
Why not?
Because where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to move all of mine and David's stuff without any help from David? Maybe I could move out after David comes back, but I can't find a place at such short notice, and I can't accept a decision you made without consulting any of us.
You can leave David's things. He's family, after all. We'll store his things carefully until he comes back. You just have to take your stuff, your son, and get out.
You're being unreasonable. Why do I have to move out right now?
Because I can't forgive people like you who try and take advantage of my parents' kindness. Just because they offered to babysit doesn't mean you can use them like they're a daycare service. I never liked you, even before you married David, but I thought I should respect his choice of partner. Now I know that I should have made more of an argument against you when I had the chance. That laid-back attitude of yours really pisses me off.
I'm sorry, our conversation wasn't going anywhere, so I asked if anyone knew why you'd suddenly start acting like this, and your husband told me what's been going on. I heard that you're going to get divorced. That's why you're so desperate to kick me out, isn't it?
What? What are you talking about? Why would you talk to my husband behind my back?
When I asked your mom, she told me that she hadn't heard anything about you planning to move in and confirmed that she hadn't agreed to anything like that. She didn't understand why you were being so aggressive towards me. She hadn't seen you in person for a while and was worried about you, so she called your husband to ask about you. He told her about the divorce and a lot of other things.
My mom did? Seriously? She called my husband? What else did she hear?
She found out that your husband went to stay with his parents until the divorce is over. He told us that he had asked you to move out as soon as possible because he can't keep on going to work from his parents' house, and because he doesn't want to see you anymore. That's why you suddenly decided that you wanted to move in with your parents, but didn't tell them anything because you wanted to avoid telling them why you're getting a divorce.
Yeah, so what? It's private. It's none of your business. I don't have to explain myself to you. All you have to do is hurry up and leave so that I can move in.
You want to move in because you have nowhere else to go. All that talk about not trusting me and not being able to forgive me for using your parents was all just an excuse to cover up your own mistakes. You don't even know what condition your parents are in.
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean my parents' condition? They're fine.
Your dad isn't as fine as you think. I'm the one that's currently taking care of him.
Huh? Taking care of him? Why are you acting like that's such a special thing? Of course you should be taking care of him. Don't be lazy.
It's a lot more serious than that. I mean that ever since he collapsed last year, he's needed more support doing day-to-day tasks. It seems like you were just satisfied that he was still alive, so you never came to see how he was doing. You don't know it, but he's been really frail. It's the main reason why David and I decided that we should move in with your parents, because it would be too difficult for your mom to take care of him by herself, and it would be easier on us if we were in the same house rather than going to visit several times a week.
I didn't know that he needed care. What? Does he need help going to the toilet? Why didn't you tell me that sooner?
I would have told you, but you never asked. You didn't seem to care about your parents' needs since you always only contacted them when you needed something, and whenever your mom calls, you always let it go to voicemail. You may not know this, but she always is so disappointed that she can never even hear your voice.
Sometimes I just can't get to the phone. What's so bad about that? Give me a break.
Like when? Like when you're having an affair, for example? I can imagine that would be really awkward for you to answer the phone when you're busy with a guy that isn't your husband.
What? I'm not having an affair. Did my husband say that I was having an affair? Because he's lying.
You cheated and got pregnant, and when Haley was born, your youngest daughter's dad is the man you're having an affair with.
Of course not.
But that's the reason why you're getting divorced, right? He already told us that he filed for a fault divorce because he didn't want to have to suffer the whole separation period, which means that your husband already has evidence, like a DNA test. There's no point trying to pretend you didn't do anything wrong. Your mom didn't know, of course, and was apologizing to your husband. She didn't think that you were selfish enough to break up your own family, but that's exactly what you've done. Your husband was surprised that your parents didn't know anything, too.
Ugh, you're so annoying. But, just like you said, there's no point pretending it never happened if you know the truth. Will you lend me some money?
What? Where did that come from?
You got a part-time job, right? So you must have some money to spare.
I need to borrow some. I can't pay off the damages to my husband by myself. Ugh, he demanded a lot, even though he knows I haven't been working since we married. Oh, and I'm planning to move into my parents' house at the end of the month, so I'll give you until then to get rid of your stuff. I'd be grateful if you prepared some money for me to borrow then, too.
What are you talking about? Do you really think I'll do anything for you now I know why you're asking for all of this? Plus, your mom is saying that she won't let you kick us out, especially since I'm clearly more willing to be your dad's caregiver. Maybe you should just find a job and rent your own apartment instead of assuming that everyone around you will clean up after you.
But I don't want to. Do you expect me to get a job in a supermarket or something? That's so embarrassing. And it'll be hard to find an apartment that's suitable for kids.
Your husband was saying that he would take custody of the children. He's already taken the older two with him to his parents, hasn't he? You might as well just let him take Haley too, since he's offering. He has the means to raise them, you don't. You need to do something about that first.
If I give up all my children, I won't be able to demand that he pay child support. I can't do anything without that. He makes a lot of money, so I can demand as much as I want.
Are you being serious? Is that the only reason why you want to take your kids back? Because you won't be able to receive child support without them? You want to use your children to get money. What kind of mother are you? Anyway, I've just spoken to David. He agrees with me that we shouldn't support you financially. You need to get a job and work for it yourself. If you really love your children, you'd understand that that's what's best for them too, now that you're divorced. Besides, we don't have money to spare. We're saving so that we can get my license as a caregiver. That way I can get benefits for taking care of your dad and I won't have to go to work. I can support him full time. I imagine that's impossible for you, so give up on moving in with your parents.
Then what am I supposed to do? I won't have anywhere to go.
Why don't you ask your paramour?
He has a family too. I can't ask him for money. Are you an idiot?
Clearly you're the idiot, since you've been asking me for money and more this entire conversation. Anyway, we're not going to support you at all. You've just got to sort things out yourself. If you really want to live with your parents and really do want to kick us out, you should consider that if you do that, you'll have to take care of your dad 24/7. He needs a lot of care and you'll need a lot of resolve.
Ugh, I can't do that.
Your mom was doing her best all by herself until we moved in, but it was becoming a strain on her, and that's why I've taken over most of the responsibilities. It's easier on her to take care of a 1-year-old that only weighs a few kilos rather than a grown man. So yeah, I don't think you can either. But you're the one that said the eldest daughter should take care of her own parents, remember?
Then you should just call a professional to do that.
Then can you provide the money for that service?
No, I can't, but...
Then stop being so irresponsible.
Oh, fine. I won't try and kick you out. So just lend me some money. That's all I ask. I'll pay you back, I swear. You can trust me. I need to pay my husband or he'll take all of my children from me. You understand, don't you? You're a mother too. How would you feel if you were about to lose your children? I can't give them up.
I don't understand at all. I don't understand the feelings of someone who prioritizes their affair over their own children. Your husband told us that you left your children unattended while you went out to meet with your lover. And you only want your children back because you want child support so you don't have to work. I don't want to understand how your brain works at all. If you won't take care of your dad or even try, and you don't have the money to pay for a professional, then you should try taking care of yourself first and get a job. Maybe if you show that you're willing to pay, your husband will let you pay installments instead. You'll learn more about being a decent human being if you learn that there are consequences to your actions.
What do I do about my children? What about the child support?
You're still going on about the child support? If that's all you can think of, then you've got a long way to go. And I suggest that if you care at all for your children, you'll let your husband take custody. They deserve that much at least. If someone as irresponsible as you raises them, I hate to imagine what kind of people they'll grow into. Anyways, do your best. Good luck with your job search. I hope you're happy. Helen finally gave up on trying to force Amy out of her parents' house, but she hadn't learned her lesson and called her mother to try and convince her to help her. Of course, her mother wasn't interested in hearing her excuses and only told her what Amy had been messaging her all this time. Helen was told that she couldn't depend on her parents to save her because she was a grown woman and needed to fix her own mess. Her mother even went so far as to tell her to never come home. It looks like Helen's own parents had gotten sick of her taking advantage of their love for her and warned her to never expect them to lend her money or run errands for her ever again. In the end, her 2 older children were taken by her husband, and she couldn't demand that he pay child support since her youngest daughter wasn't actually his. Her lover wouldn't acknowledge that Haley was his daughter either because he had a family, so nobody was obliged to pay child support. Haley was stuck with Helen as her mother, so Amy decided that she would sometimes visit them to see if Helen was actually working and doing her best to raise her daughter. Helen seems to have finally accepted her fate and is working day and night to pay her husband his settlement and to raise Haley.